Hi, welcome to the Artistic Mystic and Muse channel. I'm Nancy, your mystical muse. For those of you who are subscribers, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. If you hit subscribe and get a notification, I will be putting out more readings, and that way you'll get notified when they come up. So thank you. This is a collective reading for the mid-May 2021. So when I say collective, it means those of you that are here, those of you who are heart-centered, or come from a place of love, just in general. That's who the collective is. Those of us trying to raise consciousness and humanity and all that kind of good stuff. So I will get started with the oracle cards, and then we'll move into the main tarot. So for the end of May, latter part, we have the overlying energy, and is the Queen of Air, which in tarot is the Queen of Swords. And she's kind of been through the battle. She doesn't necessarily wear her heart on her sleeve anymore, but she comes from a place of discernment. And so she's more careful with her choices. That doesn't mean she's not ooey gooey, soft and chewy on the inside, but it's asking you to examine and look at things more carefully in your choices and what you pursue or encounter. And it's partnered with, this is the Three of Wands. So it's about going after. I also think of this as the Fool card. It's going forth on a new beginning, a new part of your journey, a new adventure. Let's see if I've got the bottom of the deck. I've got incense going here. Bottom of the deck is Union. So this speaks to us coming more in alignment with ourselves, with our path, with our purpose, why we're here, what brings us joy, and coming from that heart-centered place of alignment. Okay, we also have staying focused, hold the course. So the end of May is kind of what I've been getting with some of the weekly readings and so forth, is a wrap up of cleaning house, so to speak, and getting ready for this new beginning. So do the work and stay focused on what that is for you. Don't sit back or put it off for tomorrow, what needs to really be taken care of today, because we have a big new blood flower moon on the 26th, and that's about setting new intentions. And also in the Farmer's Almanac and Native American culture, it's about planting those seeds to then nurture so that they can grow and then harvest later. Bottom of the deck, view from above, and it says get the big picture. Maybe there's something that's you've been dealing with, challenge, obstacle, person, situation, that you need to step back and look at it in a different way. Instead of allowing it to trigger you, ask what it's trying to teach you. It could also just be that you've been you can't see the forest through the trees kind of thing. You need to focus a little more on, but from a different perspective, to help give context or more clarity, or possibly a solution you hadn't thought of because you just couldn't. So examine it from a different perspective. They're also saying take from the bottom of the deck, distance thunder, clear the air. So May is definitely, especially the latter half, has been about clearing, getting rid of what no longer serves us, letting go of those things that we don't need anymore, to go on this next part of the journey with I'm getting a much lighter load. So yeah, that would be helpful. From the Ascended Masters deck, we have Kali Ma, and it says facing fear. It says major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So Kali, I like this picture of Kali. Kali is a lot of times shown as this crazy woman with these skulls and doing battle and whatever. And she actually is the goddess that helps us with the discomfort. She assists us and gives us discomfort so that we can heal and move forward. So, and I see we've had the Death card coming out in the last 2 weeks of May, because it's about the ending of something and getting ready for a new beginning. And look at these flowers, like the birth of something, growing something new. You also we have at the bottom of the deck, it says the Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided, and happiness is your purpose. Well, I couldn't have made that up if I wanted to. So this is our goal for May, to finish out May. And like I said, the other 2 readings that I've been putting up for the last 2 weeks, it keeps addressing the same thing. I use some different decks this time. I shuffle, I meditate, and it's interesting that all 3 readings have kind of had a taste of this, or a flavor of this. So while we're doing all this work internally on ourselves and how we're getting ready to birth something new or begin a new part of our journey, don't forget to stop and smell the roses, to take pleasure, enjoy the path as you're going through these gateways, these transitions. Pleasure is important. And they also want you to know that you're divinely protected. And the lightning, there may be crazy going on around, but you're protected with this giant tree. It's got deep roots. So you're being watched over. Stillness is still important. You have to get quiet, whether it's prayer, meditation, or walking outside in nature, to be able to quiet your mind and tune in to what you need to heal or address. And blessings. Lots of blessings are coming, and there's more, but you've got to deal with what's going on. Oh yeah, in abundance. It's all coming, but we've got to do the work. All right. We also have dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So for a lot of us, the weather has been a little up and down, but changing your routine, getting outside. Maybe you haven't been able to get outside a whole lot, but shake things up a little bit. It does shift your energy, and it does help. Even sunshine. We also have soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Maybe you just need another person to listen, or maybe there's someone who's really, you admire their sage advice, and you just need them as a sounding board, or to help you with, where's that card? A different view of whatever it is you're challenged with. So don't be afraid to reach out to someone you feel comfortable with to assist you with that. Bottom of the deck, it says yes. It says just say yes. So you've got this. Moving forward. It's here. It's ready. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. So taking that leap of faith, that moving forward. Huh. Very cool. We also have believe. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all who you are, is the power of your belief. You have to believe in yourself and believe you can do these things. Are they difficult? Maybe. Are they uncomfortable? Possibly. You may not know even how you're going to get there, but it just involves believing that you can take a step, just one little step, to move towards that. Bottom of the deck, it says give back. Today is the day to cast aside normal routines. Oh, we just had that about shaking things up, right? And make your main purpose to serve. It is about giving back without any thoughts or expectations of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's affirmation, other people's spirits, as it's highly likely that someone needs it today. So how sometimes also helping to heal yourself or to change your routine or whatever it is giving back or helping and assisting someone else. It can be anything just from a phone call, chatting with somebody online, whatever that is, helping someone with a task or something they're unable to do. But when you give back, you then open yourself up then to receive also, and it's also the universal law of polarity. So what you put out, if it's of a positive nature, you're going to pull that back to yourself. So be careful, like I said, you should always be really careful with your thoughts, because that's what influences your words, and that's what influences your actions. Cause and effect, as we say. So polarity works with that. So make sure it's of a high vibration, and what you're doing is heart-centered, and helping someone else. Being kind doesn't cost us anything. So to be nice to someone. So that's an important thing. Okay, we also have cosmic connection. So number 11, this talks about tuning in, being still, right? Connecting with your higher self or your inner self, but also divinity or the creator or God or whatever you want to call it, the universe, and to get yourself in a place of stillment, in a place of alignment, but also so you can tune in to your intuition, that inner person, that higher self, to help you. And balance. That's how you're also going to stay balanced, being grounded, going down the middle instead of swinging from one extreme to the other. So that's the overlying energy, is balance. All right. So I guess we're ready for the main reading. It was pretty clear cut. They came out pretty quick. So I asked, what does the collective need to be aware of for the latter part of May, the second half of May? And the first thing was the Two of Cups. This talks about being in alignment with yourself, you and your higher self and divinity. And we've got this card came out in, I think, last week's reading for the last week of May, but it talks about last full week of May, but the healing catechist and divinity, you coming together, being in alignment, knowing where you are, you're in balance, so you know where to go. Why? Because the world's here. Completion of whatever this is for you to wrap up in May, personally, professionally, spiritually, whatever that is for you, it's time. It's because the completion's needed to move forward. The completion is needed for you to receive those blessings and things the universe has in store. They're waiting to give them to you, but you got to do a little, housekeeping and healing first. So make sure that you've looked at that, because things are getting ready to move forward. This is also the victory card, but swiftly, I might add. Why? You're moving towards the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. What is that thing or those things that make you really happy and fulfilled and have just joy in your life each and every day? Spirit's advice is the High Priestess. This is about listening to your inner knowing, your intuition, your inner wisdom to hear what you need to do. It's clarified by the Queen of Cups. So gender doesn't matter. It's just energy. But this, excuse me, the Queen of Cups is all about, she's in her emotions. She's tuned in to her emotions, how she's feeling, what that niggle is telling her, and brings her joy and comes from a very loving and heart-filled space. If you follow Spirit's advice and get tuned in and get healed and address those things that have been off or bothering you or what have you, or releasing what no longer serves you, that's what this card talks about. The outcome is the Devil card. And this talks about, it can be about, some people say it's the karmic card, about cycles. So in that case, we are completing a cycle, which is what the world represents. And it's about letting go. But to do that, the way you do that is listening to your inner knowing and following your heart's desire. That little light is you, or your higher self, your inner knowing, and following that path. Now, granted, the path is not illuminated way out to here, right? It's to be able to take a step or two to see that in front of you and trust that the universe has your back, that they're going to support you, which they've already said they are in our reading. The other outcome is the Sun. The Sun is, by some, the best card in the deck. It is about brand spanking new beginnings, a rebirth of, you could argue, a rebirth of self, in that you're going on the next phase of your journey that's exciting. That should be a joy. It's wonderful. And it's clarified by the Hierophant. So this is divinity, God, source, the creator, whatever you want to call it, is ready to serve this up, if you will, to present that to you, which is amazing. The bottom of the deck is the Star. The Star talks about healing. It also talks about a divine wish being given, blessings being given. Yeah. Can't make this up. That's really good stuff. The clarifying deck, you have the Three of Swords, and it's stabbing this heart. Something that may has been troubling you, has wounded you, that needs to be either healed or released. Forgiving yourself, loving yourself, so that the Wheel of Fortune comes in. This is about karma. This is about completion of cycles and about luck, new things coming in. Awesome. So we also have, from my B Oracle cards, we have overlying energy is B original. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to like come up with some new invention or whatever it is, though it could be that. It also talks about, what I'm getting is that being true to yourself, be your original self. Who are you really? What really is your essence? What lights you up? What are you here for? Or wish to be here for, to do? And we had two that came out. It talks about being playful, and we had the pleasure card. So make sure that you are doing things that make you feel good, that bring you joy. Because when you're dealing with some heavy stuff, you need to balance it out, right? Be creative. Creative doesn't mean you have to become the next Michelangelo. It means, what does that kind of creativity that you want to create for yourself, that life, those choices, what does that look like? In other words, the be creative is more about using your imagination, kind of like dream big sort of thing, and pursue those things. They can be little things, they can be big things that make you happy. From the Miracles and Milagros deck, which is my second oracle deck, we have leg, going in the right direction, going the distance. Well, if we're going on a new part of our journey, legs would be helpful. So, and you have the strength to do this. And what that right direction is for you is whatever it is when you're in alignment. And when you are in alignment, that's when things go more smoothly. They're not perfect, don't get me wrong, but things click different. The synchronicities show up, signs show up. So that is what it's suggesting, is that as you clean house and you get in alignment, you get still, you figure out what it is you want to do. And it's little things or big things. Move forward. We also have lips and mouth. It says, be mindful of your words. So this goes back to your thoughts. Your thoughts are what creates your words and your actions. But in this case, I'm also getting that not just what you say to other people, what you say to yourself. Is your self-talk of a positive nature or a negative nature? And it should be positive. So you mess something up. It's a learning lesson. Flip the script. How can you talk more kindly to yourself, more loving to yourself or to others? Bottom of the deck, healing hug. The universe is giving you a healing hug, but maybe there's someone else. Maybe you need to hug yourself. Give yourself a loving hug, or someone else that maybe needs it. We talked about giving back. Maybe that's all it is. Somebody you know needs a hug today. Virtual if they have to, or in person. Below that, we have the compass, following your divine path. What you came down here to do something, whatever that is, that's what they're asking you to do. And you've got angelic guidance. You are being guided if you will tune in and listen. Awesome. All right. The last deck I'm going to use today, make sure I haven't missed anything, is I'm going to pull from the keys to the 13 universal laws. So they are the 13 laws that govern creation, the blueprint of Ebony and all things here in the universe, on the planet. These decks, these 3 decks I'm wrapping up with, they are available in my Game Crafter store. The link is below. You don't have to be a card reader to enjoy them. You can use them, pull a card a day just for inspiration, or shuffle them and see what spirit has to tell you that will fly out. But I'll have the link below if you're interested in getting those. So let's see what other messages they have for the collective for mid-May, the latter half of May. There's one. Woo. Okay, we've got 2 that flew out. The overlying energy, key to the present. Staying in the moment, even if it means sitting in the discomfort to address it and heal it or release it. We also have key to overcoming sadness. So that could go back to this healing you need to do, or releasing of something to heal. It also is goes back on being told that, you know, finding pleasure, things that bring you joy, getting out of your routine, mixing it up a little bit to overcome that kind of blahness. It doesn't have to be necessarily major sadness, but something that's just kind of made you feel meh kind of thing. So that's important. Key to intuition. That was Spirit's advice, is listen to your intuition. What lights you up? What thing or things would make you happy? And then pursue those things. It can be just for yourself. It could be possibly in service to someone else or a larger group, depending on how you look at it. It can be personal, it can be professional, it can even be spiritual. So that's all I have for the mid-May reading. And like I said, if you subscribe, I'm going to be, and you get notifications, I'll be rolling out more of these videos. There's going to be a reading for the week, aside from the beginning of the month and mid-month. Also on the 26th, I'm going live on Facebook. So if you want to head over there, you can, in the search, just put the Artistic Mystic Muse, it'll pull it up. But on the 26th, which is the blood moon, flower moon, and it's also an eclipse, powerful energy, we're going to be seeing what Spirit and the universe wants us to know. And I'll be, you know, pulling cards live and answering any questions you might have. It's the first time I've done it, so bear with me. But, check that out, and we'll see you next time. But thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.